The world's attention is on Ukraine and what Vladimir Putin will do next. This war is affecting each one of us. Inflation is rising, shortages are growing, and everyone is being forced to pick sides. Can our world afford another war right now? And there's a reason why I asked this question. China could be preparing for war. The target is Taiwan. The People's Liberation Army is making dangerous moves. It held military drills near Taiwan. Now we know that China has been holding such drills for a while, but this time it's different. This time the Chinese were practicing how to invade Taiwan. Why are the Chinese indulging in such aggressive behavior? Thanks to the war in Ukraine, it's had some unintended consequences for China. The calls to protect democracy in Taiwan are growing louder. 3 recent events explain Beijing's desperation. But will they force China over the edge? Will China invade Taiwan? Gravitas tonight will discuss. First, let's tell you about the drills. The Chinese military conducted them recently. We cannot confirm the date, but they're believed to have taken place sometime last week. All branches of the PLA were involved. Today, China shared some details, and they sound alarming. The island of Taiwan was surrounded from both sides. The Chinese Navy deployed a powerful aircraft carrier, plus a large number of warplanes and warships and conventional missiles. In other words, Taiwan was surrounded by the PLA, then they practiced maneuvers, the moves they could make during an invasion. And there's no doubt about the intention behind this exercise. The Chinese state media is spelling it out. Look at the Global Times. This is what it says. The PLA drill was a partial rehearsal of a possible reunification by force operation. The Chinese military practiced specific scenarios, like neutralizing Taiwan's military, like cutting the militaries of the US and Japan if they try to intervene. So they're preparing for all eventualities. Taiwan says China continues to pose a threat. Japan is sounding the alarm. It says Ukraine's plight could be replicated in East Asia.
With regards to Taiwan, peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait is critical not only for Japan's security, but also for the stability of international society. Japan maintains its position to expect a peaceful resolution through dialogue to issues surrounding Taiwan. The situation will be watched carefully from that perspective.
Japan says it is closely watching China. Beijing is not impressed. It has accused Tokyo of exaggerating and hyping the China threat.
Japan has frequently taken advantage of some diplomatic activities to talk about China, exaggerate regional tensions, and hype the so-called China threat. Japan is doing this to find excuses for its own military expansion and to undermine mutual trust and cooperation among regional countries, which is not conducive to peace and stability in the region and is destined to be unpopular. China is firmly opposed to Japan's words and actions.
Bold statements and provocative drills. Why do you think China is doing this, and that too in the middle of economic worries and a worsening pandemic? Is China feeling threatened? Well, we can think of 3 reasons behind China's latest outburst. The first one comes from the United States. The US State Department has made some changes on its website. Earlier, this website described Taiwan as a part of China. Well, not anymore. The website has a US-Taiwan relations page, and the updated version of this page does not say that Taiwan is a part of China. And this is not the only change. Earlier, there was a sentence that said the US does not support Taiwan's independence. Well, that too has been removed. Why is this news? Because the United States never officially supported Taiwan's independence. So these changes signal a shift. The US has spelled it out only on a website so far, but the message is quite clear. America is ready to back an independent Taiwan and arm it too. And that's reason number 2 for China's aggression. The US is actively shaping Taiwan's defense against China. Washington is engaging with Taipei. It wants the Taiwanese forces to practice for asymmetrical warfare, drop the dependence on heavy weapons, and opt for missiles and smaller arms. Needless to say, the United States would be ready to supply these weapons. In the past, China has threatened to retaliate against such weapons transfers, but those threats did not deter the West then, and they won't stop them now. The US is backing Taiwan, both militarily and diplomatically as of today, and Taipei is trying to make the most of this momentum, which brings us to the third reason why China is acting up. Recently, Taiwan announced a new bid to enter the World Health Organization, the WHO. It wants to be invited to a major meeting this month, and China is already setting up roadblocks.
为了捍卫国家 in order to safeguard national sovereignty and territorial integrity, and to safeguard the seriousness and authority of the relevant resolutions of the UN General Assembly and the WHO, China cannot agree to Taiwan's participation in the WHO conference this year. We advise the DPP authorities to stop making use of the pandemic to engage in political manipulation. Otherwise, they will only bring humiliation upon themselves.
Before the war in Ukraine, the world was skeptical about the threats from China, but the last 2 months have shown us that nothing should be ruled out. The risk of a Taiwan invasion cannot be ruled out. The Chinese military is preparing for war. These drills are a worrying sign. They could push our world towards another crisis. Wion is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the...
Shalom, that's Gravitas. Wion talking about China preparing for war against Taiwan. There was another one related to some companies relating to U.S. Tractor being cyber attacked. Macy's, Fenty, let me get the names. Macy's, Ferguson, Fenty, Fultra, and a few other companies related to tractors that will affect productions. It's a W7 report also. ZeroHedge.com. Talking about that. Grain Protein, Valtra, Macy Ferguson, Vint, and Challenger. Plus you had fires that were burning at processing plants, food processing plants. Curious, a string of fires and explosions that damaged major U.S. food processing plants. Plus cyber attack, maybe connection. So that's ZeroHedge.com for that one. Probably other various articles as well. I'm going to give all praise Yahweh Bashem Yosha Bashem Rakakadash. The honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. Zawadi Yahweh Bashem Yosha put in the spirit of the elders and apostles so we can come edify regarding this truth of knowledge. Knowing this truth of knowledge. Call Holy Yahweh Bashem Yosha Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise Yahweh Bashem Yosha Bashem Rakakadash. Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So you hear rumors of wars, for example, possibly tensions between China and Taiwan, man. Some could break out from that. So that'll be rumors of wars, and hearing of rumors of wars. That ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Plus they were doing drills. Look like they simulation drills and doing drills to prepare for something, man, possibly. China's been analyzing Ukraine's situation, so they can use it to advantage for certain things, man, to possibly do certain things, man, possibly against Taiwan. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, plagues, and different things, earthquakes in different places, famines. You see experience of famines from different for example, baby formulas, different other products or shortages. So we're seeing that. And talking about global food shortage, possibly. You know, some people are talking about, relating to that as well. So, or potential in the future that could be, because of different variety of situations that's happened worldwide. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. So all these are the beginnings of sorrows, which we in the latter stages. We beyond the beginning. We in the latter stages of the end, man. But all these things were spoken a long time ago that a generation would experience these things. Then when ye hear wars and commotions, uproars, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdoms. So that the tensions between these different power structures among one another are beginning to take place, man. And great earthquakes shall be in different places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sightings and great signs. Seeing fearful sightings, videos talking about guys seeing on a NASA report chariots, man. That's a fearful sight. Great signs, different things from the heavens, man. That's coming from the heavens as a warning before the coming, man. And 8. This is Mark 13:8. I'll read actually number 7. And when ye hear of wars and rumors of wars, similar to Matthew 24:6. So you're going to hear about wars and rumors of wars. You're going to see tensions of these nations. You're going to see actual war happening. For example, Russia and Ukraine. So you're going to hear hear of the wars and the rumors of wars. Be not troubled. Why not be troubled? Because these things got to come to pass, man. These things were spoken that certain things would come to pass. For such things needs be, but the end is not yet. So the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in different places, and there shall be famines and troubles. We see a lot of troubles all over the world, man. Uproars of the people, earthquakes, protests, tensions over a variety of things all over the world, man. Over economical, financial, over certain requirements that's been going on. People uproar and protesting about social issues, etc., man. So you seeing the tensions between the division between these people, man. That spirit of division that's being set forth, man. Think not that I come to send peace, but I say nay, but division, man. So the Lord is sending that division upon the world, man. Because it's not peacetime, man. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be earthquakes in different places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrow. So we beyond the beginnings. This is more the latter part of the latter stages of the sorrows, man. Second Ezra 16, we get it. Just a quick lesson. The beginning of sorrows. So many, at the beginning we see a lot of sorrows, mourning, beginnings of famines and great death. Mourning, death, famines. You see in the famines potentially talking about possibly global famine in the not so distant future. Or food, what they call global or food insecurity. The beginnings of wars and power shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils. We're in the beginnings of evils. We're in the beginning, latter stages of evils, man. Evil's been going on for a long time. Now it's just becoming more, a greater manifestation is just happening because it's getting more closer to certain things, man. The beginnings of sorrows and great mourning. The beginnings of famine and great death, the beginnings of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So that's a question mark. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Pray for mercy and grace and mercy, that you don't partake in a whole lot of these evils, man. Because that's what you're gonna see of wars and different things. We in the stages of precursors of World War III. You know, only difference is these missiles haven't been shot, man. As far as to certain specific locations, man. But these are different levels of different incremental levels that's building up ultimately for that. Talk about Ezekiel 38. These nations band together, and the ones who band to them, pretty much their allies that band and joined with them. For example, Magog and Gog, which would be that Russian bear, and their allies that band to them, versus the U.S. and its allies that band to them, man. Tensions among these nations, man. It's not politically correct to talk about WW3, but it looks like it's leading it that way, man. So it has to be discussed. Revelations, one more. (11 and 14). Plus other things related to specific chapter 13, which is still a major pinpoint of prophecy, man. That still has to happen. Related to a specific chapter in 13, Revelations 13, around 16 and on down, man. So that still has to come to effect. Revelations 11 and 14. The second woe is past, which is WW2. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that's what's to come, man. And all these things are the incremental stages to build up ultimately to that, man. It's a scary situation, but it may be a true reality, man. That being said, this is something short. This is Brother Zayah, which means wolf. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. The water Shalom.